Hi, welcome to Wine Country at Work, where we look behind the scenes and talk with the people who make it work. I'm Ralph DeAmicis, your host. Today we're going to talk with Fearon and DeWesse, who is one of the co-founders of the Streamfest Film Festival. And we're going to be doing our talk at the Barn, which is the home of the Napa Car Club, a great location.
Okay, we are at the Barn, this new amazing location here in Napa. They will be the opening night party for our push play party at Napa Valley Streamfest. I'm Fearon and DeWesse. I'm the co-founder of Napa Valley Streamfest.
How did the concept of the Streamfest come about?
A lot of hard work, a lot of ideas and dreaming and kind of creating something new. I come from the festival circuit. I was with Napa Valley Film Festival for 8 years, went on to work for Mill Valley Film Festival and then Sundance. And just kind of in 2019, I left and started my own production company with my business partner, Juliana Folk. We wrote Uncredited, which is our TV series pilot, loosely based on my life behind the scenes of running a film festival while going through IVF and my journey to motherhood. So we shot that 30-minute proof of concept and took that out on the festival circuit, only to kind of realize that the way that we consume content today and the mediums that we are making isn't exactly represented still at the festivals that are out there today. They're film driven. A lot of them, the TV festivals are still, if they're Netflix film or TV series, things like that. So kind of trying to find, those unique opportunities for us to show uncredited was hard. From that, we kind of came up with that idea of how is there not a festival that mimics the way that we consume content in a day. So for me, I scroll TikTok or Instagram in the morning, and then you're listening to a podcast on your way to work, watching podcasts on YouTube. We are watching short form videos, YouTube as well. And then when we get home, we're watching our favorite reality shows and cooking shows. And then on a Friday or Saturday night, you sit down to watch a feature length film. And to me, that's the way that we consume content, but there's not really a festival out there that mimics that full way of how we consume content. So we launched Napa Valley Streamfest, and we're excited to kind of bring not only a new festival to Napa, but a whole new model to the way that we fest. So kind of the model to this is creating an opportunity for everyone to come together. I think through COVID, we all got so used to binge watching at home, and we love a good binge, but that connection of human connection and being in a theater together to still laugh and enjoy and talk about what we just watched all together is really important to us. One of the things that we learned from attending other festivals and taking all the things that we love and did not like about certain festivals, the traveling, obviously getting in a car and having to go from one theater to the next theater, or hopping on a bus in the cold to go across town, and you felt like you were standing in line more than you were watching things sometimes. So for us, how do we, change that in creating a one theater location where we can curate what's on stage? So for us, we are at Uptown Theater for 2 full days of programming. It's an amazing opportunity to kind of be together, one location, 800 guests, and curating the experience on stage. So we start with that TikTok comedian opener that comes out and gives us a little warm up. And then we have a live podcast on stage, which is really an amazing conversation. Like we love at our festivals, right? The Q&As, that's pretty much what a podcast is, kind of coming out and doing a live interview. We have your short films, your pilots, those weird, unique ones that maybe didn't get into some of the festivals. We have spaces for those. We have our award ceremony, so we still have our tributes, which we will be announcing soon, some amazing talent. So by the time you're watching this, go check us out on the website to see who we announced. And so that's 2 full days of fun programming. Of course, we end each night with a feature-length film. We're real excited about the feature films. One of them I can tell you about, we have The Baltimoreans, which is Jay Duplass's new feature film that's premiering at South by Southwest. Will be the West Coast premiere for this film, and we're very excited for it. It's such a great film. Everyone's gonna love it. So that'll be on our Friday night feature film.
How did you and Juliana meet?
So Juliana and I met while I was working at Napa Valley Film Festival as a director. She was my right-hand person. 5 years we spent just really bonding and getting to know each other really well. I had gone through IVF and trying to get pregnant through the 7 years that I was working at the festival. I went over to tell her that I was pregnant, and she's like, thank God, because I'm pregnant too, and I didn't know how to tell you. So together we have our kids that are 3 weeks apart. They're 6.5 now, which is crazy how fast time flies. But being on the same, trajectory of raising our kids, being strong businesswomen, still following our dreams. Juliana's an amazing actress. She's still about acting and loves that side of it. This is just opening more doors for us to be able to do that. I am a director and producer, so being able to open those doors for that as well too. We found once we kind of launched uncredited, it was really hard to break into this industry. Even though I've been producing and directing festivals for over 20 years and events, it just, LA is like, how many IMDb credits do you have? And, what else have you done besides uncredited? And they can't really look at you as your whole experience and what you've learned and I say your street smarts, but it's really your street smarts and all the things that you're capable of doing. So for us, we're trying to break down that barrier. We launched our Streamfest Society, which is our nonprofit, and the mission with that is to support those that are 35 and above, trying to pivot into the entertainment industry. And sometimes that's moms or dads who are following their dreams later in life after having the kids and wanting to break down those barriers and don't know where to start. So for us to be able to partner them with a mentor who can help direct them in that right direction. I wish I had that from the beginning. I feel mentorship is so important. And I've had some really great ones that have given me the opportunities and wrote the checks to help me with my projects and things like that. So the more that we can do and support those that are trying to pivot into this very hard industry right now, we love to do that. And with the fundraising through Napa Valley Streamfest, the festival, we hope to be able to also shoot something in the fall every year that will give them on-set experience, be on their first set, get their first IMDb credit, really dive into what it takes to be on set and learn everything that they can, and then hopefully premiering that the next year at the festival and giving them their chance to walk the red carpet and be on stage to do the Q&A. So we're real excited for that partnership and launching our new nonprofit, and we're looking for partners to help us with that mission as well.
It took a lot of courage to do this project. How did the idea originate?
We were at another festival and Julie and I were in a hotel room just being like, we can do this. We have such amazing partners in Napa that we had been working with for years. Napa is just such a special place. People come from all over the world to come here, and this community is amazing and people rally. And coming back and talking to the city first, of course, and talking to Do Napa, Napa TID, they all were fully supportive. It was because of a great grant that they gave us that we were able to say, let's move this thing forward. We're ready to do this. And we're excited to keep it small for the first couple years and really develop it correctly so we don't go too big too fast. But we are looking forward to the possibility of this really being this walkable experience in downtown Napa and having multiple venues and multiple opportunities for different platforms and things like that, and bringing the LA up to here, because we love that about it as well too. So we're working with a lot of the networks right now to bring some of the bigger projects for next year, especially, and getting on their calendars early enough to get some of those bigger films and the TV series that we're excited about as well.
How do you think you and Juliana as women and as mothers affected the way in which you put this together as compared to other festivals?
Oh gosh, us as women, obviously it's a tough world out there, especially with where we're at politically right now, but we're going to put the political side aside and focus on just creating an amazing experience for everyone to just kind of leave their worries away for a weekend, right? That's the beauty of film and TV and social content. It takes you out of your element and brings you to a happy place, right? We all love that. And weirdly enough, we all really love crime documentaries and things like that too. So, but there's a lot of fun in that and what we want to kind of bring together. We do have a Power Women's panel that we're putting together right now with some really amazing leaders in this industry across the board, between podcast companies and amazing directors and casting, to really kind of do a really cool panel of where the industry is changing for women, because it needs to change and it has been changing, but slowly. So we're hoping to push that even further along, and yeah, we're excited for that.
How did you start this process in Napa?
Bill at Do Napa was amazing. He was one of the first people we reached out to, and he got us connected with the Napa TID. Pitching it to them first was kind of, we need hotels, we need places for people to stay as we build this, and making sure that the community was on board with us in that sense. Visit Napa Valley has also been a huge support and kind of helping us with marketing this and getting the message out there. So yeah, it was really important to kind of get them on board first and kind of working with that. We've worked with some of the other major events in the area, especially around the time of ours, just to kind of make sure we're all on the same page and board, and that was just important too. And then yeah, just our past supporters and friends and people in this community that have supported my career as a producer, director, getting them all on board and stuff too. So yeah, and then the downtown community, obviously working with them and trying to bring this out in a way that allows them to thrive as well. With a lot of the events, they don't have that break to actually explore downtown. So it was really important when we did our footprint and our model for our festival for both Friday and Saturday. We have built in what we call our commercial break. It's 2.5 hours between 1 and 3:30 that guests get to leave the theater, walk downtown, go to amazing restaurants, go to wine. We don't want to bring them all the way to Napa and then just leave them in a theater all day. So that was one of our notes from going to other festivals too. It's like, there's never enough time to eat. I'm starving all the time. So then I'm hangry. And if you did stop for dinner or food, you felt like you were missing out because, I'm missing a screening and I paid for this. I probably should be going to that. So it was really important, like, take those meetings, that actor you just met or are talking to, go grab coffee with them, like having that time to really break, process all the amazing things you just saw, because it's not just one film, you're watching multiple things at a time and on stage. And so processing that, giving you that mental break for a second, and then coming back for our PM binge. So for us, that's a really great opportunity for us to give back to the community by allowing them to fill the downtown area with grabbing lunch and drinks and all of that as well too. And then Friday night, we have what we call our block party. So 800 guests exit out of the theater after watching an amazing film. We have a cool space area that we are building out called our base camp that will be the old post office parking lot right behind uptown. So never been done before. That area, of course, has been closed down for a while, so we're really excited to kind of bring it back to life for a little bit and build out this really cool space. So all of our guests will enter from behind the hardware store there on Randolph and walk through that area, wrap around uptown and in through the front. In that space will be a lot of fun pop-ups and different ways to take photos and red carpet areas for guests to really enjoy. And so that turns into our block party Friday night, and then guests from there sprinkle out into downtown for some fun different pop-ups that are happening at some of our partners.
I think it was a brilliant idea to build in time for people to socialize between the morning and evening session. Ever since COVID, people have wanted more time together.
Yeah, for us, I think one of the most important things was the human connection side of things, because again, we're at home, we're streaming, even talking to a lot of my parent friends and things like that. Everyone's like, I don't know if like festivals are still going to be alive because everyone's just at home binging and things like that. And for us, all of us were like, no, I need a scheduled weekend away from my kid to really catch up on all the things that I'm missing, like educate me, right? Like some of us have our kids are watching more YouTube videos than we are, and we're just like, I don't know who this person is they're talking about, or, I don't know what a podcast is. I personally don't have a lot of time to listen to podcasts, so I'm excited to come for a weekend and find out more about podcasts and figure out which ones are the best new shows to be watching and listening to. Even if you're like, I don't know half these people, or I don't know what Streamfest is about, like coming and emerging in it and learning. So we're about discovery. It's discovering something new. And people do that with film festivals, right? Even when you go to a film festival like Sundance or that, you might not know everybody that's going. You might not know most of the independent films or this brand new director whose first film is there, but you know the quality, and you're going because you want to be in the arts, meet new people and all of that. And it's the same thing with Streamfest. So don't be encouraged if you're like, I don't listen to podcasts, or I don't know who this TikTok influencer is. They're a comedian. They're going to make you laugh. Like, they're going to make you feel good sitting in a theater, watching them on stage. Conversation conversation on stage for a podcast is very similar to a Q&A or like one of our celebrity tributes in the past. You're listening to a great conversation, and really we're about storytelling. That's really the main point, discovery and storytelling. So we invite you to come with us and on this journey and explore and learn something new.
So Fearon, how did you get started doing film festivals?
I had my own event planning business, Fearon May Events, for at that time 10 years. And I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. Since college, I just kind of went a different path. I moved home and got into the event industry, created my own business, worked for a bunch of different country clubs up in Sacramento, had a successful event planning business. And I saw that the festival was launching in Napa, and I kind of was like, oh, Hollywood's coming to me. I don't have to move down to LA. I have something coming here that represents what I love about film. And so I went the first year. I think I found it on Groupon and I bought a ticket. I came with my sister and my friends and was like amazed by it was my first film festival, and coming and seeing it all in person. So the next year I reached out about volunteering or coming, and that's a great way to get into a festival or learn more about festivals is volunteering. And we are currently looking for some amazing volunteers. So if you'd like to come and be part of this, we invite you to go to our website and find out more. But yeah, I volunteered the first year, and it was a lot of standing outside and checking badges and, smiling and saying hi and greeting people. And from there, the next year, I came to them and proposed, like, this is my background. This is what I do. I can be more than just the door person. And if you're willing, here's my resume. And I'd love to come on and help you with events. I then came on to help run the Vintner Circle dinner. So I worked with a lot of the wineries and helping plan those dinners, and just continued from there. I think I got hired in 2015, completely full time. And yeah, it's an incredible journey, and I love festivals in the sense of the build up to it. You have a lot of go, 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 go. It ends, and then you get a little bit of a break, and then it's go, go, go again. So that works for my brain and how I like to do things. But yeah, I mean, it's never too late to start. Again, volunteering is a great way to get into festivals or learn more about festivals if that is of interest for you.
I know that Juliana comes from the acting side. How did she get involved in doing festivals?
The acting side of it, right? You want to meet the directors, meet the producers. It's a great way to network. So for her, she was like, yeah, I want to, again, anything that's film related that comes to Northern California, especially, people love to dive into. So she, through a mutual friend, we actually met at an Oscar party down in LA. Two of our really good friends came down with me to go to the LA Oscar party, and Julie came, and that was the first time we really met. And then from there, asked her if she wanted to work with me at the festival, and we just completely bonded from there. So it's crazy how someone that important comes into your life, especially a little later in life. So we're excited to kind of do this together, and our brains work well together on planning everything. So it's very nice. But yeah, we all still know while doing this our ultimate goals. Like, I love to direct and produce. She's a producer, a writer. She's an incredible actress. So, we both have goals and keep each other accountable for those as well too.
As a producer and director yourself, what kind of stories capture your attention, capture your heart?
We always laugh that we make content that is not kid-friendly, but sets that are kid-friendly. So part of our mission as moms is to create and change the way that filmmaking is done. So in this industry, it's very brutal and hard sometimes. There's a lot of late hours. A lot of sets are, 7 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. at night, and then driving both directions. So you're leaving at 6, you're, getting home past the time when kids are asleep, and it's hard. You don't see your family. They say a young man's game because it's, a lot. And so we're trying to change that in something's called French hours, where basically you're either able to take your kid to school and have breakfast with them and then start your day later. So maybe we start filming at 10 and you get the morning with them, or we start early in the morning so that you're home to put your kid to bed. And that's the way it should be, especially for families. Like, we all, we have our families, and there's that life balance that you want to keep. But you also love this industry. And so for me, I love a good drama. I'm watching some great shows, like some of my favorites. I just watched Running Point on Netflix with Kate Hudson. Shrinking is one of my favorites. So that comedy is really fun. And Paradise right now on Hulu. Oh, so good. So yeah, I just love great writing and great stories. And we're all about storytelling.
Who are some of your partners in this project?
Yeah, we have Signorello Estates. We'll hold our dinner in that. We have our industry mixers in the morning, which is part of our elite membership also. Those are Buena Vista Winery downtown. And then we have Mia Carta Winery downtown is holding one of the breakfasts. And then we're working with Fess Parker Winery as well. Downtown as kind of being a little location for our society members to pop into throughout the festival.
So you had to meet with the managers of each of these locations and convince them this was a good idea.
Yes, we're pretty convincing. It's going to be fun. We're excited, and I think, again, this community is just so welcoming. I think we all know that the wine industry itself is, in a funk and hurting. So the more that we can help support those in that area and bring light to their brands and kind of create this new medium, there's a lot to look forward to in the future, ways that we can bring influencers and work with wine brands to kind of create those different opportunities for them as well too. So yeah, we're excited, and thank you to all of those partners who have already stepped forward and helped us with launching this.
So how are you getting the word out?
We are excited to announce that we have the Hollywood Reporter coming on as our presenting media partner. So industry-wise, that's been huge for us. We were published and announced in there first. We have a huge article coming out next week that will announce some of our talent. And then, yeah, locally wise, we've been on a lot of the news channels around here, especially Napa Register, running ads on our social and all that fun stuff. So yes, we're excited and spreading the word, but it's a limited amount of seats. It's only one theater. We're keeping it small this first year, so we do plan to sell out, and we hope that you will get a ticket here soon.
So who's handling the marketing?
We have Augustine PR Company out of Sacramento, which is part of the TID grant that we got from them, which is great.
How was it working with the Tourism Improvement District?
They're amazing. They've been such big supporters of ours. That really, for us, helps with the whole community, because a lot of the TID obviously is local and partners like that. So getting their blessing was really what helped us launch this, is having that seed money. I don't come from money. I don't have a trust fund. We're just hardworking women here trying to make this happen. So having their support in this to get started was really great.
So tell me about your panels. Those are always interesting.
Yeah, so we have some amazing panels planned for Streamfest. One of them is our Power Moves, Women Changing the Game in Business and the Entertainment Industry. And so we are excited about that. We have Mel Eslin, who is the president and amazing director of Duplass Brothers. She directed Penelope, which is a great show that's on Netflix right now. I suggest checking it out. We have some others that we're adding to this right now that we'll be able to announce soon. And that's just kind of a great conversation of the way that women are changing the game and taking lead on a lot of things and opening new doors, especially in the entertainment and business side of things. Lemonada is an amazing company that is focused on podcasts, and one of their founders will be joining us on that panel as well too. So we're excited for that. And then, yeah, we have our Breakthrough Artist panel. So these are people that just had a killer year, right? That launched their career. They were here, now they're up here because of this one role. So we have a few of those that we are working on locking in right now, and we'll be able to announce those soon, but that'll be a really fun panel. And both those panels are on Sunday and part of our society memberships. And then we have our one on Thursday with Baron Davis, and kind of playing around with a couple different options for that panel right now. On stage Friday and Saturday, we do have our Awards Chatter podcast with Scott Feinberg from the Hollywood Reporter. He has a big name that he'll be announcing here soon that will be joining him on that podcast. One of our other podcasts that will take place on Friday at the Uptown Theater is Was I in a Cult with Tyler and Liz. It's a really funny and great podcast, but they're bringing it live on stage with a great conversation. So a lot of fun things and more to be announced soon. Locking in our program, that will be announced in the middle of March 15th, I think we have for the announcement with that, with the full lineup, but our talent announcement will come out next week. So if any of this sounds interesting to you and you want to come support us, our first year especially, come see what Streamfest is all about. There's a couple ways to attend. We have our society membership, which supports our nonprofit mission. These are all tax deductible, so if you're looking for that tax break, it's a good way to get involved. We have our 4-day passes. It starts with our Thursday night, which is kicks off at Feast It Forward. We have an amazing panel there with Baron Davis, MBA, entrepreneur. He's amazing, and a couple other surprise guests that we'll be announcing soon. From there, we come here to the barn for our push play party. Then you get the 2 full days on Friday and Saturday at Uptown with reserved seating, or a section reserved for you guys, so special. And then our elite pass, which is the higher level of our society, they get to attend a dinner on Saturday night with our tribute honorees, and that will take place at Signorello Estate. And then on Sunday, the other 4th day of that, we have our 2 panels. One of them is our women's panel, and the other one is our breakthrough artist panel. And both of those will take place at Signorello Estate, followed by our hit pause party. So that's included in the 4 days, again, with our tax deduction and support of our society. And then if you are just a local here and are excited and want to come see, we have a 2-day pass that is both all-day programming on Friday, all-day programming on Saturday. It includes the celebrity tributes and also our Friday block party on Friday night. So it's a great way to get involved, and those are affordable at $250, 2 full days of programming plus a party. It's a great value. We just love for you to come out and support us this first year. We hope you will join us at Napa Valley Streamfest, the inaugural year, so get your tickets now before they sell out. We hope to see you there. Thank you for your support.
So thank you, Fearon, for a wonderful interview, and thank you, the Napa Car Club and the Barn, for hosting us, and to all of our viewers, thank you for watching, and come back and see us next time.